Hey Rasmanites, I am back, and what better video to do after this long layoff than the complete, or should I say semi-complete, and I'll explain that as the video goes on, but as complete as I can be with my entire birthday and Christmas haul. That's right, we're going to take advantage of this almost no time limit now here on the Zaranyzerak, and I'm going to show you the whole shebang today on the Razman's Reality. Alrighty, so obviously, as you know, because you're seeing this, got a new battery for the camera, finally, thank the heavens above. So, as I said, we're going to start it off by combining my birthday and Christmas vids. I always do birthday and Christmas vids every year. I've got no time limit, so why not combine the two? I do apologize if my camera's at somewhat of a weird angle. Things had to get moved around this year. Recently, not this year, but recently when, of course, I made room for everything I got, so the camera got moved, so if I need to adjust the angle on the camera, I will know that for next time, but you just bear with me for this time. Also, bear with me if you see any shift changes or angle changes, because I'm actually going to have to make 3 different piles on my tray because there's so much stuff to show. Alright, so let's get started. Of course, some of this stuff you've seen in package openings because it was from dealers, but I'll show you anyway. From Cynical 44, we got Kick-Ass on Blu-ray, and it is indeed a kick-ass film, one of the best ever made, I think. Already, I can say that. Labyrinth on Blu-ray, a great Jim Henson classic, one of the best films ever made, once again. And then from Planet Beer Wagon, we got Volume 1 of Scott Pilgrim graphic novels, Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life. The Josh Whedon and Felicia Day musical on Blu-ray, Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along Log, starring, of course, Doogie Howser himself, Neil Patrick Harris. And, of course, what would a package from Planet Beer Wagon be without his favorite film of all time on Blu-ray, Ghostbusters. And then from Civilian Snowman, I of course got Moon, the Duncan Jones directorial debut starring Sam Rockwell. An absolutely fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, see it. From my dad, I got Iron Man 2 on Blu-ray, to complete my anime collection. I actually really like this film. Some people said it was a subpar sequel, but I think it works perfectly well with the first. There are some holes in the plot, but because they didn't really know which villain they wanted to focus on, whether it was Justin Hammer or Whiplash. But other than that, I thought Mickey Rourke and Sam Rockwell were both brilliant in it. I thought Sam Jackson was brilliant in it. I thought Don Cheadle was brilliant in it, taking over, of course, for Terrence Howard as War Machine. So I didn't have a bit of a problem with this film. Really enjoyed it. So there it is, as I said, on Blu-ray. And since it's the final item, we'll just keep it over here to make things easier. From my mom, I got the Xbox 360 version of the latest WWE wrestling game, Smackdown vs. Raw 2011. That does it for birthday. Now we're going to move on to Christmas. Okay, so unfortunately in the process of getting the Christmas pile, a couple of items fell, so I'm just going to have to talk about them, but we'll talk about what we can. The first item was one that fell, and of course you guys saw it. It was from Cynical 44. It was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World on Blu-ray. Then we got this film on Blu-ray from Civilian Snowman 7, starring Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, and directed, of course, by David Fincher. Then, on Christmas Eve, I opened this one, the Back to the Future 25th Anniversary Edition Blu-ray set. Now, you may wonder, why in the world have I got the Back to the Future Blu-ray slipcase over 3 blank keep cases? Well, the answer to that is very, very simple. The Region 1 packaging for the Back to the Future Blu-ray set is terrible. Universal's trying this new thing where they don't actually put a hole for the disc, but rather use a spring-loaded system, and it's fine for getting the disc out, because all you do is push down on the spring and lift up, and the disc lifts up fine. But for me, anyway, in my situation, and probably for any others in an able-bodied anyway, it's going to be very, very hard to actually get the disc in place. My Blu-rays were sitting there loose in the set. Now, I don't care about the digital copies because I never use those, but I was like, I cannot have these Blu-rays get damaged. So the only thing I need to do was get 3 keep cases and place the slipcase for the Blu-ray set around them so they at least look as if they were intended to be Blu-rays. So there you go. It is the Back to the Future 25th Anniversary Edition Blu-ray set. The next thing I opened, or first thing I should say, on Christmas Day was something that I've had my eye on for a very, very long time. As you can see, it is the 30th Anniversary Edition on Blu-ray of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This one has all 3 cuts, the theatrical cut, the special edition, and the director's cut. The transfers are absolutely phenomenal, and the special features are great. So, if you're a fan of Close Encounters, I cannot recommend this one enough. I got a music CD. It is Lady Antebellum, Need You Now. As some of you may or may not know, I am a big fan of country music, so Lady Antebellum, one of the best out there, so I got Need You Now. And the second country CD I got this year was, yes, Taylor Swift's latest, the Speak Now Deluxe Edition. Now, I know some of you may be saying, Raz, what in the world is a guy your age doing listening to Taylor Swift? She is so out of your show, not the target audience. Or you are so not the target audience. Sorry, I got a bit tongue-tied there. that she's going after. Well, that may be true, but I really like her sound and really like her music. And if music speaks to you, I don't think it should have an age limit. So, yeah. Taylor Swift, Speak Now Deluxe Edition. Why is it Deluxe Edition? Some of you may be asking. Because it has 4 extra songs as well as a DVD. And it's a Target exclusive here in the United States, for those of you wondering. Sorry if there was an image shift there. Wasn't intending to do a power change, but my camera battery died and needed charge, so I had to wait till it charged back up. But on the plus side, I was able to pick up and, for completeness sake, once again show you from Cynical 44, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the Blu-ray. Absolutely love Blu-ray. Absolutely fantastic film. Plenty more on this and a lot of this stuff to come, so stay tuned. And last but most certainly not least that I can show you is this Blu-ray here, X-Men Origins Wolverine. Now, the story behind this one, because I know a lot of you are scratching your heads, is very simple. I asked for it because I'm a completist, and I thought by this point that I would have the X-Men trilogy. You know, X-Men, X-Men 2, and X-Men The Last Stand on Blu-ray. As of this point, I do not, but that's why I wanted this one. And it's been on my wish list for a year. Well, it turns out I've actually had it for a year and never knew it. You remember that part 2 of Birthday and Christmas that I was supposed to do in 2009? Well, this is it. This is the part 2. The person who bought me this, my Aunt Brenda, well, technically, she's not my aunt, she's my second cousin, but she's always been more like an aunt to me. She's just been very busy, or gets very busy in her life, and was accidentally sitting on both my birthday and Christmas presents from last year for a year. So, that's what happened here. That's the story behind X-Men Origins. As well as the story behind an Ohio State rug and some clothes that I won't show you in this video. I can't show you the rug physically, and the clothes I know you don't have any interest in. But there indeed is your story behind X-Men Origins Wolverine. And Origins, by the way, was the other item that fell, so I can show it to you. And the one item that I can't show you that you would maybe have an interest in, but I can't show you it because it's up in the Christmas pile, which unfortunately is in a shelf I can't reach, but it's this one. There it is on your screen via overlay. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the cartoon on DVD. You may be asking yourself why I didn't get the Blu-ray. Well, my mom just simply could not find the Blu-ray, and this cartoon has been on my wish list forever. It's my favorite all-time Christmas special. And with that, that is it. That is truly it this year for Christmas. You know, the budget was kind of low for everybody this year, and 2009 as well, I guess I should say, for completeness sake. Yeah, just not a lot going on this year. Wait a minute. I hear you, Rasmanite. You're trying to tell me something besides, you know, that I'm having to talk over my dog who's upset at the moment for some reason. You're trying to tell me that I'm forgetting something, aren't you? There was something in the audio video that I talked about, something you'd want to see in there. I honestly, I don't know what you're saying. Oh, wait a second here. I think I might have an idea. Aha! Yes! There it is in all its precious glory. The Sony PlayStation 3. And not just the PlayStation 3, but the PS3 160GB slim version. Just an absolute wonderful beast of a machine, and finally mine after 4 long, long years of waiting. And for those of you that missed the audio video, my PSN handle is indeed Razman's Reality, just like this channel, so you can add me. But be sure that if I don't know you by your username, you tell me who you are and that I know you from YouTube, so that I know to add you and I don't think you're just some random person looking for more names on your PSN list. But it is an absolutely wonderful machine, and yeah, I just could not be happier. I really couldn't. Hope the angle was alright. I did the best I could. I think it turned out pretty good from what I was looking at. And also, for those of you that don't know, if you're wondering about the change in audio, it's because I use my headset whenever I have to do close-up shots like this. So yeah, the Sony PlayStation 3. And of course, what was showing off the new beautiful PlayStation 3B without showing you my game collection and my accessories. So we'll start with the accessories. This of course is the good old DualShock controller. Very nice controller. Feels really good in your hands. Love the feel of a PS3 controller. And of course it came with the charger cord, which you saw from the angle is actually still plugged in to the PS3. Always keep your charger cord plugged in, because if you play a lot, your controller is going to need charged. Simple as that. Sorry if there was one final shift change there. Hopefully not. But I sneezed and accidentally turned the PS3 on by dropping the controller after you just saw it. But here, so I had to go turn it off. But here is the PlayStation 3 BluRay Disc Remote, which of course is a must-have for any film buff like myself who is now using the PS3 as a Blu-ray player, as I had to unhook my standalone because my TV doesn't have enough inputs. Plays Blu-ray disc like a dream, almost no loading time, and the remote is a must-have because it's so much easier to control Blu-rays. You control them as you would with any other player. And very simple to set up as well. Just had to hit a couple of buttons and it was good to go. My game collection is as follows. First up, we have Medal of Honor. This is one of 2 that came with the PS3. Haven't delved into this yet, but heard nothing but great things about it, so looking forward to playing it. Then we have the 2009 Game of the Year, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. Now, I haven't checked this out yet, simply because I don't have Uncharted 1, and I don't like jumping in the middle of a story, but this one came free with the PS3 in the Christmas bundle that I got as well, so looking very forward to playing this. Heard nothing but great things about it. Once again, the 2009 Game of the Year, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. From my mom, I got the game that I wanted a PlayStation 3 for, the MLB The Show franchise, this being its latest incarnation, MLB 10 The Show. Why did I want a PS3 just for baseball? Because 360 baseball sucks. The gameplay sucks, and the graphic is terrible in the 2K baseball series. The Show, however, is one of the most realistic sports series there's ever been. So, I loved it on the PS2 and wanted it for next gen, and now I can finally play it. So there is MLB 10 The Show. And yes, I will be getting 11 as soon as possible when it's released in the spring. And finally, no, your eyes indeed do not deceive you. This is the PlayStation 3 version of Smackdown vs. Raw 2011. Why did this happen? Well, 2 reasons. Brenda, who I mentioned before, who gave me X-Men Origins intended for a year ago, but I just got this year, she wanted me to have another PlayStation 3 game and knows how much I love wrestling. So it happened for that reason, but it also happened because, of course, she's great friends with my mom, and my mom told her that I, in fact, have more friends with the PlayStation 3 that play this game. So I ended up with the PlayStation 3 version. So for the first time ever, and probably only time ever in my lifetime, I have the same game for two current systems, and I will be doing a side-by-side comparison of the two games later on in a future episode of Razman's Reality. Not with game footage, but because I don't have effective means to do that, at least not as of yet. But I will be talking about the differences between the two games and which game actually plays, or excuse me, which version of the game actually plays better on what system. So you can look forward to that. But there is Smackdown versus Raw 2011 for the PlayStation 3. And that, my Razmanites, is truly that. No joking this time. That is the complete haul. Minus one gift, which is coming late due to circumstances beyond the giver's control. That will be a Blu-ray, and I will simply do an unboxing for that gift. But I figured I didn't want to wait another week or two for that to get here before I did this episode. I hope you all enjoyed my haul. I certainly have been. This is reality according to the Razman. And Razman style is not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.